This is Ellie from PortugueseWithEllie.com and welcome to the Painless Brazilian Portuguese Pronunciation Guide. I'm your guide on this journey and let's get started. First, this is not an exhaustive and complete pronunciation course. It would be useless and most of the time a waste of time to study all of the phonemes, the 30-odd phonemes that we have in the Portuguese language, and we would have to compare that with the dialects and variations in other countries, in other places, and it wouldn't be really productive. So we are going to focus on two specific things here that are most likely to give you a very big headache, especially if you speak English as a native language. First, we have the vowels and the consonants. We have those two things, and those two things are what we are going to focus on here. A quick difference. A vowel it's a sound that you produce, and there is no abstraction of air. It's a very simple thing. You just say ah, e, I, o, a, e, a. All of that is a vowel. As you could see, the air flows unrestricted. There is no block or there is no impediment for it to just go out. But when we talk about consonants, there is some kind of block, partial or no, it has to be partial. It cannot really be complete. And sounds like all of those are consonants. I just pronounce them without the actual vowels that they usually go with because I wanted you to see that there are two different points. The second thing that we have to know is that in this course and in this guide, we'll focus greatly on vowels. Why? Because consonants, they are easier to be reproduced. You can do them more easily. But when we talk about vowels, you have to think of playing or throwing darts. You throw the dart to hit the target and you do your best to do so, like to hit the target, but sometimes you miss it. Native speakers tend to have an advantage or tend to have an edge in this regard because they were born throwing darts, you not. So in this case then, your goal is not to hit the target 100% of times, although it would be good. Your goal is to hit as close as you can to the target when you say or when you pronounce those words in Portuguese. Because if you are too off, maybe that pronunciation is not considered so clear and people would be, what? When you said something. And during this course, we'll be developing some of the body awareness that we need. And it's not only exclusive to meditation. When we talk about body awareness, it's just that the sounds we produce in with our equipment, with our native equipment like the teeth, the lips, the tongue, and the throat, all of those parts, these are the tools that we need, and we have to know when we activate them and how we activate them because otherwise you might be pronouncing something wrong just because you don't know where to put your tongue. And last but not least, we'll focus on a specific subset of sounds. It's no use to learn, as I said, the 30-odd sounds or phonemes that we have in Portuguese because you are not a professional learner, are you? If you're a polyglot or maybe a professional linguist, hey, how are you? But if you're like me, probably you have a life that you have to take care of. So it would be no use to learn like 30-some sounds. If you want to learn a little bit more about the pronunciation of the alphabet, you can go to the video that I link here in the description of this video on YouTube and also on the resource part of this web page. Okay, let's not overwhelm ourselves. We don't need to. As I said, we're going to focus on a very specific subset of sounds. And that's it. We have three main chapters in this course. The first one is vowels, the second one consonants, and the third one is odds and ends, where we'll approach and take a look at some sounds that do not really fit anywhere I wanted them to fit, and some pronunciation rules that will help you get your message across easily and more clearly. And now, let's go to the next video in this series.